I'm about to get see-through up in here. Wearing a white shirt.
You're gonna show your titties?
Oh! Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Okay.
Hello,
everyone.
What up?
Welcome back to another episode of
the SaVeg Podcast.
Yes.
We're back, you guys. What's up?
What is going on this lovely...
What is going on?
Did you have a nice Easter, Rose?
I don't celebrate Easter.
Do you not?
Because I'm not a Christian or a Catholic anymore.
Well, as the highly religious person that I am, Easter's a big deal in my house.
I feel like it's a very, it's like a big deal. But like I don't celebrate it.
I thought you were about to say it's a very white
person
holiday. I knew it. You were going to say it, weren't you?
It's like a white person thing, even if you're not religious. Whereas like people in Korea would probably celebrate Easter because they're very religious.
Yeah.
But if you're not religious, nobody celebrates Easter. Do you know what I'm saying? Because in like North America, where lots of white people exist.
Mm-hmm. There'd be a lot of us here.
In North America, the kind of norm is Christianity or Catholicism or whatever.
Yeah.
So the norm is celebrating those holidays, like Christmas, for example. And Easter is one of those holidays that aren't as big as Christmas. Yeah. But is celebrated by a lot of white people.
Easter's pretty big. Like everyone does like a little egg hunt and
yeah, it's like a thing. I don't celebrate Easter.
People get crazy. So my family, we do traditionally.
Do an egg hunt?
We don't do an egg hunt. We used to when I was like growing up.
You can't do it anymore. You'd be vegan.
Exactly. Well, you can get a vegan chocolate egg.
Can you get a vegan chocolate egg?
Probably. I'm sure you can find
Why
one.
be an egg hunt? Can you explain it to me?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you why.
It has nothing to do with anything, right?
It must have some kind of symbolism. Like you wouldn't just hunt for an egg randomly. Like, do you? I don't know.
What's the symbolism of the Christmas tree?
It symbolizes
coming of Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, but there ain't no Christmas tree when Jesus was born. He was born in Bethlehem. There ain't no trees like that.
True, there's different trees there, isn't there? No, but what was I gonna say now? I totally lost my train of thought.
Was it Bethlehem or Nazareth? Anyway, you were talking about Easter egg hunting.
Yeah, Easter egg hunting, and I used to do it as a child. And one tradition that we have kept into my old age is doing a roast dinner. Like we do like a roast meal with the family. And this year it was quite funny. I don't know if it's funny is the right word. My mom decided...
Funny is never the right word for you, Daniel.
My mom decided, she says, I'm getting up on Sunday, and she's like, what would be really lovely? If you and your brother just made the whole dinner. And I was like, not planning to cook. Like I was going to help or whatever, but I wasn't planning on making the whole freaking thing myself.
Well, she said you and your brother.
Yeah.
So did your brother help?
Yeah, my brother did help.
Okay.
So me and him.
It wasn't just you.
No, it wasn't just me, but we like ended up.
Okay, so a lot of new details are emerging from this situation because initially Daniel told me, he's like, oh, I didn't even realize it was for Easter. It makes a lot of sense. And initially Daniel was like, oh my God, I'm making an entire vegan roast for my family. I was like, oh my God, you're so sweet. That's so nice. That's a lot of work. I was like, can you send me a picture of the roast? He's like, it's a store-bought roast.
It was one of the ones you get from like Co-op or whatever.
And you made it seem like, oh my God, like I'm just like, because like vegan roasts are great. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just got my finger like stuck in my hair. I want to do it again.
Vegan roasts are great, but they're like a lot of work. So
oh my
I was
God,
like,
there's
wow.
so much work. Do you remember when we made one?
Yeah. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. I'm proud of you. You're making a roast. And then now the new detail that's emerged is you got help from your brother.
Yes.
And you made it seem like you did it all by yourself.
Anyway.
Moving on. So you made a roast.
I made a roast.
Store-bought roast.
A store-bought roast. I had to heat it up, so it's a lot of work. But I mean, to be fair, that's what people do with a turkey. Like if you're cooking a turkey,
I think
you buy a turkey and you shove it in the oven. Like
it's true. That's
it's not really that. I mean, maybe you stuffed some.
Yeah, what do people do with a turkey?
I've never actually cooked a turkey, so I don't know.
It's very like gross. Well, they like defrost it first.
Oh yeah,
I think that's like the first rule is that you have to defrost it.
It's like a big process, and then they have to shove things in its butt. Or something.
I know it's like gross.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's
It's like a weird thing, you
It's
know?
a really, really, really strange thing.
I'm glad you made a vegan roast though, whether or not it was store bought.
It was
okay,
and it was
then
actually
you made
really
some
good.
Sides. Okay, what brand? Tofurkey?
No.
Gardein?
I don't know, but it was like a cylinder. It was like a cylinder like this big, and inside, so it had like
it's like a stuffing.
It had like stuffing in it, like
Is it
cranberry
like rice?
sauce. No, it was like proper stuffing, and then it came with gravy as well. Like
how much are they? They're pretty expensive.
they
right?
are kind of It was on sale, but I think like, and it's quite small. Like
Yeah.
for a family for 4, like we finished it all.
Yeah.
And I think it was like if regularly it's like $19.99 or something.
Oh, she.
Yeah, and I think my mom got it on sale for like 14.
Right.
So, but still,
not the cheapest, but once in a while it's nice.
exactly.
If
It's
you
more of a
think
treat
the labor
thing. Yeah.
that goes into making a roast.
Well, you know, like turkeys and hams and all that shit. That's probably even more expensive.
Oh, for sure. I have no idea how much a turkey.
Me
would
neither.
Be.
I don't.
Okay.
I have no. My parents did buy because they also did a dinner on the. Was it Friday or Saturday when I wasn't home? And they did they did a ham roast.
Oh, okay.
But they bought this like prepackaged kind of like it still had the ham and everything else, and it was like $50 or something ridiculous.
Shut up.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
It's ridiculous. This is the thing. People always talk about vegan food like it's so expensive. And yes, it can be. But also like meat is really expensive.
I know.
Like sometimes depending on what you buy, it's not cheap. I don't
Not at all.
understand. If you actually compare protein sources, beans are so cheap. Lentils, so cheap. Compared to like meat. I mean, I haven't bought meat in over 10 years. But like I just like know that it's like not.
It definitely is more expensive.
Exactly. Is this conversation boring you?
No, I'm sorry, Rose. It's just this time of the day.
Anyway,
I get a little
should
bit
we
sleepy.
Should we do Patreon shout outs?
We should definitely.
You guys, just a reminder, you need to join us on Patreon because our Patreon is a special little place. You get the episodes.
Why it's so special?
You get the episodes a week earlier than everyone else, and they are completely ad free. And you get a bonus episode every single month. So make sure you join us on Patreon because it's only starting at
$3 a month, guys.
I know it's very cheap.
So
join us in our little community. We need to do an April exclusive soon now.
We do very much.
It's already freaking end of April.
I know. This weekend, Rose, we'll do a recordation.
Okay, we'll do a recordation. Anyways,
that's the plan.
We want to say thank you to our new patrons.
Yeah. Helen.
And Lillian. So thank you guys
Welcome,
so much.
guys.
Welcome to the group. Welcome to the,
The little fam.
to the little fam.
The growing fam.
The growing fam.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any suggestions for what we should talk about in the Patreon exclusive, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially you new joiners, Helen, Lillian, just send us a private message if you want on the platform.
Yeah.
What you think we should talk about in this exclusive. What you want to know about us. Damn, the good, the bad, and the very ugly.
All right, you guys. So shall we jump into the...
We shall jump right into it, guys.
Let's jump into it.
I don't know where we should...
I want to talk about this story.
Okay.
'Cause I want your reaction and I want your opinion.
Is it this one?
Yes.
Okay.
So, drama
God damn
in the
it.
podcast community.
Oh, God damn. And we're
Okay.
not involved. That'd be sad as hell.
I know, we need some drama, man.
I know, I
Like,
think-
I feel like no publicity. No, wait. What is it? Any publicity is good publicity.
That's what they say.
We need to create some drama. Should we have a fight on air?
No, but
I
like,
guess we have a fight every week.
that's true. I just like feel like part of me is like, I get it. Like if you start having drama, like if we had a big fight with like H3 podcast or something, and because they don't even know about us, right? Like, and they like put us on their podcast and like blasted us, then we would actually like get a lot of followers and people would like check us out, and we get a lot of hate comments and shit like that. But it's almost like I don't know if I'd want that. Like, you know what I mean? That negative like
energy.
ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. So there was some drama. Basically,
What happened?
So, basically, they have a live show. So, Ethan Klein, if you guys don't know, is the host of a podcast called H3H3 Podcast, which is a very big podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. It is, it's very popular. Ethan Klein started on YouTube on a channel called H3H3. And I think maybe the podcast is now called H3 Podcast. I'm not sure.
Well, he
Either way.
had one with Trish Paytas for a bit too.
Yeah, so Trisha
Frenemies.
Paytas used to be like a part of it was like a series.
Sub-channel.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a series as part of H3 Podcast. And so they also had drama. There's always drama, okay?
Yeah.
So anyways, so recently, I guess they do live shows where they take callers that call in live and they
God
just like chat with
damn.
them, or maybe the caller has a question, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I guess on one episode, I've seen like little clips of this. So on one episode, they were talking about James Charles, and there's like some speculation. So James Charles is another YouTube creator who is very, very massive. He's like a makeup guru type of person.
Huge. He was like on the cover of like a magazine. And
I know
stuff.
he's like celebrity status famous, but he's also been, part of lots of controversy.
Oh yeah, and lots of drama. Lots of drama around James Charles.
I'm telling you got to be dramatic.
Apparently this is the key, guys.
It's the key to success and fame.
So we're going to start some drama with some of these guys.
God damn. We need to call in the live show. Anyways, so James Charles is now in the news recently because people are speculating that he may have had a...
BBL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I've heard about the BBL. Like, because like the whole like, and guys, for those of you that don't know what a BBL is,
it's called a Brazilian butt lift, which is basically... What is it, Daniel?
So apparently it's when they take like fat out of certain areas of your body and then they inject that fat into your butt so that it's like you're not getting like silicone implants. It's like a more natural butt lift. But the problem is it's actually really risky and dangerous.
Yeah, they say it's very dangerous.
Yeah, like 1 in 4,000 people that get it dies.
Oh, really?
Something like
look at
this.
you know the stats.
Well, I was thinking of getting one myself.
I know you were.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding, kind of. But I remember like recently... there was a lot of things because like I guess James Charles had posted some pictures and people were like, you went from like a flat little cup.
What do they call it? Like a flabby to a fatty or something. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the
from like a flabby to like a fatty, basically.
Something like that. I don't know.
And there's like speculation because also when you get it done, it like kind of makes your hips wider as well.
Yeah, it's very obvious, especially if it's a guy.
Oh yeah.
Like guys generally don't have,
because we have like very square bodies, right? So like if I got one, for example, all of a sudden my body would be like this, you get like a little curve going.
Yeah. So he got some kind of hips and shit.
Yeah.
That has to be more than a BBL, no?
But I feel like if you got a BBL, it would like come off the side a little bit too.
I see what you're saying.
Because most people that have big butts, it kind of comes around the side a bit.
Or maybe they can inject it on the side as well.
I think they do. I think that's that general area. I don't know, guys.
I mean, yeah, you got to make it look kind of, overall round, I guess. So anyways, there's speculation that he's had a BBL, which, fair enough. And so they were talking about that. And then they were talking about, I don't know exactly how this conversation got brought up. Yeah. But they were joking. So basically, Ethan Klein, he does kind of more edgy humor. I guess that's kind of what he was known for H3H3.
Yeah.
So he has some like, humor, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so he's chatting about how, so it says fans noticed that adult diapers appeared in the creator's buy again section on his Amazon account. So basically, people saw that James Charles bought adult diapers through Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know how they saw it, but they saw that.
How did they see his Amazon page?
I don't know. Maybe he was accidentally showing his Amazon homepage where he was doing, it says he did a YouTube video where he showed his Amazon homepage. Okay. And people are fucking nosy as fuck and they will dissect.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah. This is why, guys, if you become famous, you're a fucking whatever, never do something with your computer screen because people will they will pause it, they will screenshot it, they will zoom into the background and they will find whatever's on your page.
Yep. So if you buy adult diapers, they're going to know.
Yeah.
So he bought adult diapers, and so Ethan Klein, I don't think Ethan Klein likes James Charles very much because James Charles has been in, quite a bit of drama. Yeah. I don't know all the details. He was like, I don't know, like messaging minors and shit. So,
Not good things.
Not good things. Yeah. So Ethan Klein was like kind of joking that, maybe it's because, he's had a BBL, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then he was joking about the concept of how he's like a bottom.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of got brought up. I think it was because of the diaper situation. Maybe they need, I don't know, maybe there's leakage. I don't know. Okay.
Well, it's saying here, and I don't know how accurate this is, adult diapers and sanitary pads can be used in the days following a BBL procedure to collect fluid from the surgical site.
But anyways, so then they started talking about how James Charles, here's a quote. It says, well, if he's getting blasted in the ass hard enough, potentially you may need to wear a diaper. Frequent anal sex can result in a blasted open asshole. Maybe this is not.
This is so bad.
Maybe he just got railed real hard the night before. And then they were talking about how, so basically he has a producer named Dan, who's also like kind of, he has conversations with Ethan in the podcast and you can see his face as well. So he and Dan went on to speculate if James is a power bottom in the bedroom. So if you guys don't know, what's a power bottom, Daniel? So wait, if you don't know, top and bottom is like a term that's heavily used in the gay world.
Yeah, it's in the gay community, guys. Is it like, and I think they're pretty self-explanatory.
It's self-explanatory. One person gives and one person receives.
Yes.
Okay. And people have certain preferences.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know what exactly a power bottom is though.
So a power bottom is more. Oh my God, this is like so awkward, guys. I don't know if I want to talk about this. It's kind of like, somebody that takes the bottom position, but they're more dominant.
I see. Okay.
Like they like
cool.
to, get Fair. On top and ride.
Right.
And,
right. So it's because like I guess the stereotype of like the bottom is that they're more like passive.
Yeah, that's the typical stereotype.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, so you can be like a power bottom. You could also be like a power top.
Right. Okay.
So
interesting. A lot of terms in the gay world, guys.
Oh God, there's so many.
We discussed a lot of them in our was it April? No,
it was our March exclusive. Yes, we talk all about gay dating. We talk about dating in general, and I also talk a little bit about
the homosexual
in the
world.
homosexual world, because it's such a fun place to date, guys.
So anyways, and they were having this conversation, okay? And it was quite like it's supposed to be funny, but it was like a lot, okay?
So apparently they also got confronted by a listener.
So then what happened was, because they were speculating about James Charles, like, the fact that he's like a bottom or a top or whatever, a lot of people were a little bit upset. People in the gay community, especially, because
they do say like, this is just like a little side note as well, just to kind of educate some listeners, is there's like, for whatever reason within the gay community, there's kind of a negative connotation or like negative like stereotype around bottoms, and like if you're a bottom, you're XYZ, and like people can be like not all people obviously, but it's kind of a more derogatory, like, oh yeah, that person's just a bottom, like what I mean, like it's not,
it's like a submissive, like it's not seen as like sexy.
Exactly. So there's like a lot of like controversy around that already in the gay community without kind of like labeling people. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So then that's good context, because I think people were upset that Ethan, especially as like a straight man, okay, Ethan and Dan, both straight men, having this conversation, and it was very like it felt like not funny to me. It felt to me like jocks making stupid jokes. That's what it felt like, because I feel like when straight men make jokes, it's usually not that funny. Like it's always very like, oh yeah, he's just like fucking gay. You know what I mean? It's like, straight man humor often. Like, even with my guy friends, I'm just like, okay, you're so fucking stupid. Which is like...
And they think it's the funniest thing ever,
Exactly. They're like, oh, yeah, like, he probably takes it up the ass. And I'm like, okay, that's, like, not funny.
Yeah.
But, like, fair... If they want to talk about that in the privacy of their own fucking stupid world, that's fine. But it's, like, the fact that they're, like, broadcasting this, right?
Yeah.
And they're like letting other people listen to this.
Yeah, putting it out to the world.
Exactly. So then this other guy, I guess a listener named Matt, he calls in.
Yeah.
And he is gay. Okay. Yeah. And he was actually very nice and sweet about it. He was very much, obviously he's a fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be like, so it's not really a good thing to label someone as like a bottom.
Yeah.
And, it's like a stereotype, and already in the gay community, there's all these stereotypes, and it's not good to talk about it. And then at that point, especially, instead of Ethan being like, oh, I didn't even realize I was being like, whatever,
offensive,
he kind of got on the defense. And he was very just, it says he was dismissive and ignored the feedback, which I did also feel like he was being dismissive.
Yeah.
So then he was basically saying, oh, I just think it's funny, blah, 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 and then he proceeded to ask the caller if he considers himself a top or a bottom.
Oh my God.
And then the caller was like, that's not really your business.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be asking somebody, that's not really like fair. And then Ethan goes to speculate, because the guy sounded, feminine.
There's always that speculation.
So then he was like, well, I think I know what you are. Like, I think I know, like, I'm pretty sure I know what, like, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows what you are. So what are your, so then that created the controversy.
Yeah.
Which is, and then people are saying he's homophobic. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. I just think he's like, well, I think there's a couple things here. I think initially, like with the comments, like it wasn't great. And I think them talking about James Charles like that, I think I could almost brush it off as like they're not educated. They don't know about the like, what that means in the gay community. But the fact that somebody called in and then was really polite and nice and just was like, hey guys, like this is actually not good. Like there's already this toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah. Toxicity that exists in the gay community around like bottoms and tops and, what that means and all that kind of stuff. And, that can be, there's a lot of controversy and a lot of stuff like in the gay community about this. And I think the fact that Ethan then just ignored that from somebody that is in the LGBT community, that was like, hey man, like I really like your podcast. This is the situation though. Like this is not okay for these reasons. And the fact that he just like brushed it off and then pushes this guy and is like, well, I think I know what you are. Again, making these like false assumptions or like thinking, oh, just because somebody's like more feminine, they're this way or whatever. It's just like building into those negative stereotypes. So I don't know. I just think it's not great. Like the fact that he like it didn't take on any of this like constructive criticism from like a fan that was clearly being really respectful. Like, I think that's bad.
Are you okay there?
Makes me emotional.
Yeah. Do you think he was being homophobic?
A little bit. I think in a way, like, I don't know if he was intentionally trying to be homophobic, but his ignorance and his kind of obnoxiousness.
Yeah.
He was kind of being homophobic in a way.
Right.
Because he was kind of saying like, in a way, like when the listener called in, I know better than you.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not even part of the LGBT community.
Sure.
And actually I'm going to start labeling you now.
Right.
So I feel like.
But then if someone in the LGBT community, because you say it's a problem even in the gay community.
Yeah.
So if a gay person does that, what do you think?
I feel like
it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I do agree. It's a bit different.
The thing is, and again, I think this is the same with like a lot of different things like racism and whatever else, like within like cultural norms, like not cultural norms, but like, let's say there's like something about Korean culture, you know what I mean? And maybe the outside people might make fun of it.
Sure.
And it's kind of rude. Because you're like, hang on, this is my culture.
Yeah.
But within the Korean culture, you guys might be like, oh, this is actually really stupid. And you like might, you know what I mean? Make a comment about it.
No.
But it's okay because it's like, that's your culture.
Yeah. It's like you can make fun of my family. I can make fun of my family, but you can't make fun of my family.
Exactly. Because then actually now you're attacking my family.
Sure.
And like, that's not okay. Like, and maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, guys. But like, that's just my opinion. Like, you know, Ethan isn't part of the LGBT community. You know, he doesn't really know what a lot of these, like he might just throw these words around and stuff, but he doesn't know like what it means essentially in the community. Right. So I just feel like, I don't know, like,
yeah, especially as someone that clearly doesn't know that much about it.
Exactly.
It's like, I get it if you want to make jokes.
Yeah.
But like,
and the fact that someone called in though to correct him,
I know,
that's what's worse. It's
and
like,
he just kept going.
I know.
You're so uncomfortable.
I'm like at least at that point, like, because I would actually honestly, like, if we said something like, let's say we had people calling in,
yeah,
and I said something insensitive about somebody's culture or sexual preference or something where I wasn't even part of that like community. And I was just didn't think anything of it because I was just like, oh, this is what I know. And then they called in and were like, actually, Daniel, that's like super like offensive for these reasons. It was like really articulate, really like, I'll be like, oh, actually. And I'd feel kind of not bad, but I'd be like, yeah, well, maybe a little bit. I'd be like, oh shit, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just like persecute them and be like, oh, are you a bottom? You sound like a bottom. I know what you are. Definitely.
I know.
Like,
yeah. It's very uncomfortable.
Like it's just cringe a little bit.
Yeah. It was very cringe. And it was like, yeah, it was like he was doubling down, but it wasn't even funny. Yeah. I don't know if he kept trying to be funny, but basically, and another thing to add fuel to the fire. So after that, after the call, they have this like live chat thing going, you know, because it's a live show. Yeah. And I guess people were, you know, calling them out on how they treated this guy. Yeah. And then they were just, again, very dismissively, Ethan was like, I apologize to whatever his name was. Yeah. Like, apparently I was homophobic, but what can I do? You know, just very dismissive. And then the producer said, oh, like, that's so fucking sensitive. Like, just fucking get off our platform. Listen, the thing is, I try to take a step back. Yeah. Because I do think that they were obviously acting emotionally because I try to look at it from like the perspective of us, like a podcaster. Yeah, true. Because they do podcasting, and I don't think people understand what it's like to like have an audience where it's not a normal relationship, right? So we have 100% feedback coming to us. Yeah. We don't really have anything like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a normal relationship. Yeah. And also when you have a podcast or YouTube channel or whatever it is, you're constantly told what you need to say better, or how you need to talk, what you need to do. So I can understand the frustration. Yeah. And I don't think he should have said that, and I don't think he should have reacted like that. But I can kind of see where he kind of like messed up a little bit in that sense. And he did get frustrated because you're right. Because like even our little podcast, like so many comments over the years that we've done this that are like, oh, well, you should have said it like this, or you didn't think of it like this, or you know what I mean. And some of them are fair enough sometimes.
Yeah, some of them are legit comments, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
But just imagine you talking for an hour, and then everything you say gets dissected by every single person. Exactly. And then you hear, because it's not, I was thinking about this. I'm like, this is not a normal human communication relationship, because if I were to talk to people in normal human life, people usually don't tell you straight up, like, that's fucking, you know, insensitive what you just fucking said there.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like immediately give you that feedback.
No, definitely not.
So it can get really like tiring sometimes. So I can understand it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it doesn't look good, you know, because not everyone understands that perspective.
Exactly. And also it's like, it is their audience.
It is their audience. Like these are, you know, people that maybe pay money. I don't know if they pay money or, but they're obviously avid listeners. They're going to listen like live.
Of course.
You know, so.
And there might be, you're right, that's how they're making their money is
it's
from
their
all
bread
these
and butter,
listeners.
man.
Yeah.
Like, why are you like persecuting your audience? I can understand again, like later on they did like again in the next episode they kind of like discussed it and they were like we shouldn't have done it like that, blah blah blah. But they did explain it.
I also think in this example though as well, which is a little, I get what you're saying, like you know, it's like a one-way channel of feedback. Yeah. But I also think like it's interesting, like let's say we did a live stream. If on that live stream so many people were blowing up in the comment section about something we said or did, I think we would have reacted a little bit differently. If it was one person that was like, you know, you always get those extreme people, right? You're gonna get always extreme, like, oh my god, you shouldn't have said that XYZ, like you're a racist or whatever. It's like, okay, no, I'm not, but like
but if so many people are saying,
if like a majority of people are all like, hey, this is a little bit homophobic, this was disappointing, blah blah blah, blah, then you might like be like, oh my god, actually, okay, wait, hang on a second, guys, like I'm sorry, like I didn't realize that this came across this way, this wasn't my intention. The last thing I would do is like, you're fucking way too sensitive, blah 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 blah. If it was one person or two, maybe, but if you have like a majority, and it sounded like they said like a lot, the comment section blew up.
I mean, it was uncomfortable for me I was like,
exactly,
and I'm not that sensitive. So I was like, okay, I can see why people are upset.
Exactly. So I think there's a difference. Like, I get what you're saying, but if it was like a magnitude of so many comments,
you're right.
I might be like, ooh, actually, like, I don't feel so good about this. Or maybe I should have said it a different way.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that happened. That's the podcast drama. And then of course he apologized and stuff. And you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think he's like actually like homophobic. What he said may have been, you know, homophobic in that sense. Like you can say a racist comment without being like racist, I feel like. So I think he's just ignorant and not understanding, you know.
I don't think he also fully understood like how there is so much like stigma and sexualization around the tops and bottoms and how it is a controversial topic within the gay community. So I think he probably just thought it's like a funny thing of like,
he's like in the outside just looking in. He thinks it's funny because he's a straight man and he thinks everything about gay people is funny.
Apparently we're hilarious. Invite my gay friend. He's so funny.
Does he wear diapers?
Yeah. From his BBL. Like it's so bad.
Did he get rammed up the asshole?
Oh my god.
Is that our new straight man voice?
Yeah. Oh, you do this. Oh.
Like, am I not right though? Like, I feel like some of the shit that even like again my straight guy friends say, I'm just like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, can you not?
I don't think we're gonna ever get that humor, Rose. It's gonna be like that thing.
So it's because it's so dumb. Like it's like not funny. It's like they never grow out of the high school humor phase.
Yeah. Oh god, you're so right. Oh. That guy's gay over there. He touched his butt. I'm dying. Oh, guys, I'm dying. Oh,
we have a new character now.
Oh, we have a new character to add to our wheelhouse of split personalities here, Rose. We didn't have enough to begin with, you know? We need to add the other one in there.
I'm actually crying.
I'm crying, and also I'm like really hot right now.
It's very hot.
I think I turned the lights on too bright because the guys like they're like, so we have these
and,
lights.
Like, we're having hot tea.
Yeah, it's just getting. I'm like in a dress shirt from work. God. Like it's. I'm about to get see-through up in here. I'm wearing a white shirt.
You're gonna show your titties.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Yeah. So that was our.
Anyways. Moving on. That was H3H3.
I've watched their episodes a few times.
I can't listen to them.
I don't get into it. Like I don't know if it's just I don't connect with him or something. But I
only watch little clips. Yeah. But that's how I am with all podcasts. Yeah. Like I'm not. Actually, not all.
Yeah.
If there's like a specific, there's certain podcasts that I listen to. Like if it's like true crime.
Yeah.
Or like conspiracy. You know, something where there's like a storyline.
Yeah. Then you'll watch the whole.
But if it's like something like this where there's like interviews or you know just someone talking, then I don't really listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. I don't know. But yeah, their podcast episodes are also really long.
Yeah. They're like 3 hours.
Yeah. And sometimes it's entertaining.
Yeah. I'm like, 3 hours is a long time. Like,
I know.
I think an hour is like perfect.
An hour is good.
Yeah.
And maybe an hour and a half. But yeah, once you get to the 2 hour mark,
It starts to get like,
it's like Joe
crazy
Rogan,
as hell.
calm the fuck down.
I know. Joe Rogan bros.
That's such a Joe Rogan bro thing.
I know. Oh my God. I just love it. It's just like, I can't.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Next story.
Next story, guys.
You love this story.
Oh, I don't love this story. I just think this story is like a ridiculous story and a story of a bunch of ridiculousness.
So we're back to Soho Karen.
Yeah. So guys, I'm sure most of you know this. We talked about Soho Karen a long time ago. Like, was it last?
And then we also mentioned it one time. There was something else that happened.
Well, because she there was like another incident where she got like a DUI or something.
And then recently, though, in the last like couple months, there was, I think maybe it was like, maybe she got maybe she was charged with a hate crime. Maybe that was the recent thing.
Okay.
But now she was found guilty of a hate crime. So Soho Karen, if you don't remember, refresh them.
So basically she went into a hotel lobby. She thought that she walked in there and there was a young boy who was like maybe 14 or something.
A young teenage boy.
Yeah, happened to be a person of color. And she like basically targeted him out and was like, you stole my phone, because he had an iPhone that looked like hers.
Which no one has an iPhone.
Because everyone has a fucking iPhone these days. Like, come on. And then she was like, give me back my phone. He refused. So then she like tackled him.
I know. That's crazy.
And then basically it was like crazy. So she like assaulted this young boy. And then in all the interviews, she was just like so unapologetic.
Yeah.
Like she tried to like make herself seem like a victim. She's
know.
like, I'm like this young lady in New York and this man. And it's like, well, no, he wasn't a man.
He was like a child.
He was a child. So, and then there was just so many things. Like there was another video of her and her mom that they got like a DUI or something.
Yeah, something.
And
like
her
that.
mom was like just as bad as her.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
Apple
clearly
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Exactly. So apparently, this happened back in, oh my God, was it back in 2020?
Oh, I guess so.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Okay, so it was in a New York hotel back in 2020. And this is what I mean. The law takes so freaking long. We're in 2022 now. That happened like over a year ago.
I
So,
know.
I
Why
guess-
does it take forever?
I don't know. I honestly don't know why it's like so long. But anyway, I guess she got a deal with the district attorney, and she pleaded guilty to one of the felonies, which was second-degree unlawful imprisonment as a hate crime, and one misdemeanor, second-degree aggravated assault, and will serve 2 years of probation in her home of California.
Okay, probation.
Yeah.
So that just means she's on probation. Like, that's not really, is that really a...
I don't know how it works. I don't
yeah,
know how
like
probation
I think they have like a curfew maybe.
Yeah, they have a curfew. They have to check in with their probation officer.
Oh, right.
Because they have they have somebody like, sometimes they'll be in like if they're at their home, I don't know how it works, but I know sometimes they'll be like
but that's called house arrest, isn't it? That's different from probation.
Yeah, no,
right?
But I mean
okay.
probation. Sometimes there's like a house that people go to, like a probation house, and they have an officer that like works there, and like he's the one that maintains the curfews and everything else. So
okay, but I guess she's on probation in her home.
Yeah.
In California. Is that her? What the fuck? Oh,
no, that's not her. But apparently she was already serving probation there for another unrelated case.
Oh my God. Of course she was.
So, I mean,
she clearly has like some issues. Like she needs some, some therapy or something.
Well, they're saying that she's also required to continue counseling following the probation rules.
Yeah, it sounds like she needs it.
And avoid further interaction with the criminal justice system. Oh my God.
It's
honestly,
just crazy.
These people, I can't.
At least she was found guilty.
Exactly.
It was definitely like some kind of hate crime for sure.
Oh God damn, it sure was.
Yeah, for sure.
Like automatically assuming that this like young kid that's a person of color stole your phone, like,
and then tackled him.
I know.
And then she's like pretending like she was scared or something.
I know. And she's like, well, his dad like pulled my hair and like did.
Yeah,
this.
you tackled him first, bitch.
I know. I was like, you were tackling his son. Any parent in their right mind would pull a crazy woman off their child. In any means possible. Like,
I know. It was crazy.
Ugh.
I remember this was like huge because it was like in the middle of the pandemic too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
So we were all like, oh my God.
I think it happened. recall it happening around Christmas time.
Oh,
because I think
right.
she was in New York to see like her family during Christmas.
Sure.
But was like staying at a hotel for some reason, probably because they can't have her stay with them. Because of this exact shit. So yeah, kind of crazy.
It'd be crazy as hell.
God damn. So
this crazy story.
This is a crazy story. So apparently, guys, in Egypt, there was a TikTok star.
A female TikTok star.
Jailed for 3 years for human trafficking.
That's fucking crazy.
This is nuts. Okay, so here we go. Here's the story. She's been sentenced to 3 years. She is in her early 20s. God, people doing things so young.
I know.
You know, was accused of exploiting girls for money through the video sharing platforms. Interesting. So she was like,
she was linked to an invitation she denied the charge, which was linked to an invitation to her followers to get paid for making live videos. Human rights activists say that she has been prosecuted as part of a crackdown on female social media influencers. They argue that the charges Hossam is her name, and at least 11 other women with millions of followers have faced since 2020 violate the rights to privacy, freedom of expression, non-discrimination, and bodily autonomy. Wait, I'm so confused.
Me
Keep
too.
going.
Yeah.
Okay, so this person, she had gained more than 900,000 followers on TikTok by posting videos showing her lip syncing to songs and dancing.
So bad.
She was first arrested in April 2020 after inviting her women followers to join another video sharing platform, where she said they could make money by broadcasting live videos. Oh, interesting. Okay, so
it's like she's like enticing them. This is allegedly she's enticing them, and another TikTok blah 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 violating family values and principles. So I don't know what this other.
Now I'm like, I'm changing my mind about this.
What is this other site though?
So some people are saying that. Okay, it says an appeals court acquitted Hossam and overturned another person's prison sentence in January 2021, and they were released the following month. However, prosecutors then introduced the more serious charge of human trafficking. Okay, now I feel like they were wrongfully charged.
Yeah.
The women were accused of using girls in acts contrary to the principles and values of Egyptian society with the aim of gaining material benefits.
Okay.
Local media reported that it was related to a group Hossam had promoted on, it's called Likey, and videos that Adham had posted on Instagram and TikTok. So basically they were like, okay, no, I think this is like not normal.
No, I think a part of it sounds like the reason they're getting charged is because like it sounds like these women are encouraging some people to come on their channels.
Yeah.
And post videos with them doing dances, doing whatever.
Maybe like not so, because Egypt is quite conservative.
Yeah, and it sounds like maybe they're more sexualized, everything else. And so now in Egypt, these people are being like, no, they're using girls in these acts contrary to the principles and values of Egyptian society with the aim of gaining material benefits.
Also, so now I feel like the girls are innocent.
Yeah, so I think that they're promoting. It sounds like they're promoting like, hey, come to my channel. We can make some money to film these videos.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, in their eyes it's like porn to them.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
They're like, oh, well.
And it's like illegal or something. So now they're being charged with like human trafficking. Because initially when I saw the title, I was like, oh, like they're like luring girls and, you know, selling them or something. But
here we go. A U.S.-based human rights lawyer and director of the, I can't pronounce that word, Tahrir Institute for Middle East Policy tweeted that the verdict meant Egypt's justice system was criminalizing what influencers globally do every day when they invite others to work with them and monetize their TikTok activity.
Yeah. So it says that in June, the Cairo criminal court found them both guilty of the offense. Hossam was sentenced in absentia. What's absentia? To 10 years in jail. And Adham was who was present. Oh, okay. Was given a 6-year sentence. That's fucking crazy.
That's insane. Just for like monetizing.
Just for being like, hey guys, like let's go on this platform. That's insane. Oh wait, let's click on that one. Why was my sister jailed for dancing on TikTok? So I guess Adham was another person. So the title of this is Egypt, TikTok, and Instagram stars pay heavy price for indecency.
Oh my God.
So this is Adham, the girl that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And
5 other social media stars jailed and fined.
Oh my God. So it says, wait, is this Adham? Either way. Okay. It says, Mawada, a 22-year-old university student, was last month sentenced to 2 years in prison after being convicted of violating Egyptian family values.
Because apparently lip syncing and dancing in fashionable clothing is violating their values.
Oh God, it's like actually kind of
this
fucked
is
up.
sad. Like I can't believe that this still exists in countries.
I did hear that in Egypt. Like obviously we're speaking generally here. I've never been to Egypt.
I haven't either.
But I have heard that like women have to like fully cover up, and it's one of those societies where women are always like, you know, have to cover up. Like, and then I heard that like men are quite like aggressive there. Yeah. And that's what I heard. Honestly, I've never been there. I want to go there, but Obviously,
if we went, you'd have to wear like a full.
Yeah, I think so. And it's like really hot there.
Yeah, but I think honestly, like just to be completely honest, because I think I remember who.
I don't think you'd be allowed there.
Oh god damn, I'll pretend you were my wife.
You'd be violating Egyptian family values.
Oh, many times. No, but like if we went, like I honestly think it would be almost better for you just to be fully covered.
Yeah.
Because then no one would know who you are, right? Like they would just
Yeah.
think like, oh, you know, in a sense that like, whereas if you didn't fully cover up, you're a
Right.
tourist, people might get aggressive. I want to say it was like one of my aunts that went and she got spat at because she was wearing like shorts and like a t-shirt.
yeah. I think you told me that.
Yeah. So I'm like, which, you do have to kind of like, if you're going to a country, you kind of have to follow some of their rules and stuff. Obviously, like if I went with my partner, like we would have to get like a room with 2 double beds or 2
Yeah.
single beds to like, you know.
Oh my God. So anyways, I guess
That's crazy.
Yeah, these girls are being like charged
and
for
going to jail, Rose,
for dancing on TikTok
for like 10 years.
I know that's fucking crazy.
That is so sad.
You guys, seriously, I can't even believe it.
And they got fines as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even understand.
Oh.
Like
This is just crazy. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe we're missing something from this story, guys. But like, honestly, from what we've seen, that's horrible. Like,
yeah.
prisons cannot be the solution, even if some of the videos be against blah, 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 blah. Oh God. This is just,
I know.
honestly, I do feel for people that live in these countries.
I know. I can't even believe it.
Where you can't like, I feel like you can't be yourself. You can't like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? There's such stringent like, and I'm sure there's some fantastic people that live there.
Of
It's
course.
just the overall like society
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how
yeah.
it's been structured. It's like the Middle East, a lot of countries in the Middle East as well.
Yeah.
How they're so like backwards with like women's rights and LGBTQ plus rights and oh God damn, can you
Everything's
get
falling
it? Can you
apart.
get it together over there, Rose?
Oh my
Please.
God. It says there are mixed feelings in Egypt towards the case. Some in this largely Muslim conservative country view TikTok videos such as Mawada's as indecent. Here's the thing. You can view it as indecent,
Yeah,
but to criminalize someone
that's
for
what
it,
I mean.
Like, it's like, what the fuck? Why are we still like this as a world? Like,
Well, we're not as a world. It's just certain countries, you know.
I don't know, but it's like a lot countries.
A lot. It's surprising.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's fucked up.
there's countries where like, for me as a member of the LGBT community, I would be scared to go to with my boyfriend.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like if I went to Egypt, like I do want to go because it's supposed to be really cool. Like in terms of like the pyramids and a lot of history. So I want to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really want to go because of all this shit.
And you just don't know.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh my God, like if I went, like I'd pretend like, obviously me and my boyfriend could like no PDAs, no nothing. Like we'd have to act like bros.
Well, now you know how to do it.
Exactly. I'll be like, oh, that's what she said. Oh,
They love that one.
Oh,
that's what she said.
That's the best one. Oh my God.
Anyway, so it's very sad. I
Yeah.
I honestly cannot even imagine.
Mhm.
Like imagine that happening.
I can't.
That's crazy.
Not fun.
So what we thought was a very different story turned out
did.
to be.
Well, and the thing that's scary is like, I watched this like documentary. This was like years ago, but it's still like a very prevalent problem. I don't understand how it still goes on today, but like human trafficking is a huge problem.
Oh, it's huge.
Like, and especially like sex trafficking. And I'm like, and it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably people in Calgary that have been sex trafficked here and are working in some kind of
I know,
brothels.
it's crazy.
Like, I'm like, what?
It's actually scary. I always see like little things on social media that are like, be careful of this because this is like a trafficking. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's like scary and it's like so sad. Like I remember watching this. This was like again years ago, and I can't remember what the documentary was called, but they were like interviewing girls that had gotten out of that, however means, and they were like talking about like just the abuse that they received, and how like the way that they would do it is like they would obviously take the girls' passports and guys if they were there as well, and they would like say like for example if I was like the pimp or the owned the brothel or whatever, I'd be like, Rose, you owe me however many dollars because I bought you.
Right.
Once you pay off your debt, you are free to go. And every guy that you like sleep with is a certain amount off your debt.
Right.
But then once you get close to getting off your debt, which pretty much never happens.
Sure.
But let's say you do get close to it, I'll just sell you to someone else.
Oh my God.
And then it starts all over again. So it's like so you think, oh, I'm so close, I'm almost there. And then it's like you go to someone else.
Oh my God.
And they're like, no, I just bought you from this guy. So now you owe me all this money and you're going to have to like.
Where are these places?
All over the world. Like, honestly.
Like, there's an actual brothel. Like,
they live in like a house and stuff. And like,
how does, like, I'm so it's one of those things where it just like doesn't seem real.
I know, it blows my mind because I'm like,
Yeah.
but it could be happening like down the street.
It totally does.
It could be in a house like down the road. You know what I mean?
Do they like? How do they escape?
I don't know, because a lot of the time they'll take them to a country where like obviously they don't speak the language and they take their passport, any form of identification.
That's them. I'd be running out there naked without a passport.
Oh goddamn! I know that's what you think, Rose. But they'd be scary as hell.
Yeah, they probably threaten you that like, you're gonna die.
They'll
they're
kill
gonna
your
kill
family.
you.
Like, and a lot of the like, yeah, it's just kind of scary. It's crazy. But did you ever watch the movie Taken?
Which one was that one?
It was about this like these two girls that go to Europe to go like backpacking.
No.
And they went and stayed in their friend's like bougie place in France.
And they got taken.
And it's all about this guy. It's like Liam Neeson. It's like a little bit of a like action
drama
movie. And he goes to find his daughter because she's one of the girls that gets taken.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, and that's all about like, and there's the one scene where she's like, they also drug the girls usually as well. Like they're constantly like drugged. And
yes,
like
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, and they basically had this like auction where like rich people were gonna like buy her and take her onto a yacht. Because if you think about it, like if you like are like traveling a lot, you have your own yacht, you can do like you could do a lot of bad things.
Oh my god, this is like my worst nightmare.
I know, like the shit that goes on, guys, behind like closed doors.
This is why they need to legalize sex work.
Oh god damn.
Well, who are they selling these people to? So I assume they make money by like prostituting the girls.
Yeah, of course.
That's usually like the
main thing. They'll have like a house and they'll have all these girls there, and then the men pay to go and
right.
You know,
so then if we legalize sex work, that would eliminate or at least diminish the problem.
It would mitigate it, but maybe it's cheaper, or I don't know.
Maybe, but it's
Could you imagine though? Like I just couldn't even imagine myself going to a brothel.
I don't know. I just
paying money, and there's somebody there that like is like clearly like malnourished, like not
right.
good,
See,
and then
that's
having
another
sex
thing.
with them.
That's another thing. It's like listen. If you want to have a prostitute, if you want to go to a prostitute, like whatever, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
But you should know that it's like usually. I mean, maybe not usually. There's independent prostitutes
Of
or
course,
whatever.
yeah.
But like
A lot of the time, it's like people that are in like disadvantaged situations.
Exactly.
And you're taking advantage of that situation.
Exactly. So then, what kind of people are you luring into? You know what I mean? Like, so now I judge people that do go to prostitutes sometimes because maybe you already know that these people are being taken advantage of.
Exactly. And like the thing is too, like they say, like I remember when I was in Cambodia, they were like, there's a lot of kids on the streets there and stuff begging for money. Like not like there's probably prostitutes too, but like there was like lots of little kids that would like come up to you and be like, hey, give me some money.
So many in Cambodia.
Yeah, like it was crazy. And a lot of the kids, like their parents take them out of school so that they can do this to make money for the household.
So sad.
Yeah. So every hostel that I stayed at, everywhere I went, they said, whatever you do not give money to the kids.
Yeah.
As sad as it is, as hard as it is, because if you give money to the kids, you're perpetuating them being out of school.
Yeah.
Because their parents are like, they can make money doing this.
Yeah.
Whereas if nobody gave them money doing that, eventually the parents will be like, hey, we have to find another way to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know, it's so sad.
It's very, very sad.
Cambodia's
guys.
like especially bad. I remember like all the kids would like swarm you and there's like 10 of them and they usually were like trying to sell something.
Yeah, they'd have like a bracelet.
It'd be
or
like
whatever.
it'd be like a little picture or something, like a postcard, and they're all trying to sell the same postcard. And then I'm pretty sure I bought a couple because I felt bad. But I would buy one and then all of them would be like, why don't you buy me? Why don't you buy mine?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God. But like it's one of those things where you feel bad, but at the same time you probably know that you shouldn't because you know that it's like, I don't know.
Well, that country from the whole Pol Pot regime and stuff like got so fucked.
That was recent, like the Cambodian genocide. That was like in the 90s.
Oh, I thought it was in the 60s for some reason.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s. Let me Google it.
You might be right, but
I remember reading a book about it, and I was like, I didn't.
Was it called something about they took my father?
Yes.
Or something?
No. First they killed my father.
Yeah, I read the same book.
Oh my God. It's so sad.
Guys, it's a really tough. It's a tough read.
Yeah,
like, it's
I cried.
So.
I thought it was in the 90s, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Oh no, you're right. It was in 75 to 79.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's still relatively recent.
So recent. Like that's, we were only born a few years after that,
I was born quite a few years after that. Thank you very much. But either way, very sad.
Yeah. It's like,
the Cambodian genocide is crazy.
Yeah.
It lasted 3 years, 8 months, and 20 days.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure millions of people died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They said it resulted in deaths of up to 2 million people. Nearly a quarter of Cambodia's 1975 population.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's like 1 in 4 people, them just wiping them out.
It's fucking crazy.
Like,
yeah.
It's just nuts too, and that's what you're doing to your own people.
I know, I don't understand. It's all like I think it was like religion motivated, or maybe it was,
and also it was around like education, because like I remember
communist motivated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they were saying, because I remember at first a lot of like super educated people, like doctors. And all those,
yeah.
They went and got targeted because they were like, oh, this is they're. I can't remember the whole reason, guys. But
they always target the educated first, because the educated will like revolt or do something.
Yeah,
like, they'll figure out how to like overthrow the government. Yeah. I think that's why. That's and that way they can't like. Because if you're not educated, they'll probably just like go along with what you're saying, right?
But also, I think it also had to do with the fact that the regime was like valued like working on the farms and more like rural stuff.
Okay,
and actually looked at people that were like intelligent, like professors, and not saying those the people in the fields aren't intelligent.
But that's how they.
But they viewed those people as like not
maybe not in tune with what they're messaging and what they wanted.
Exactly. Something like that.
They wanted like a labor kind of population, maybe.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I don't know. It was like a very...
It's crazy because it happened so recently.
Yeah.
And so many people, like, this is what I'm saying. We live in such a North American bubble. And I feel like everything is so North American, like European centric, right? Yeah. Because we don't learn, like, I didn't know about the Cambodian genocide until I was much older. And I don't even think, maybe I heard about it before, but I didn't know anything about it until I actually went there.
But this is the same for me. I was actually a wake-up call when I was in Cambodia.
And 2 million people.
Yeah.
Okay, like we should know about that, right?
That's huge. Because if you think about it, like, well, I think the Holocaust was like, it was bigger.
Of course. But still, 2 million people.
Like, how many people in the?
Oh, a lot of people. Let me Google it. Oh God, it's a lot of people. Hold on. Around 6 million Jews.
So the Pol Pot regime was a third of the size of the Holocaust, and yet got nowhere near the amount of exposure.
Yeah.
But I guess obviously that was linked to the World War and everything. But still, like, it's just like, it blows my mind.
I know, it's crazy. And there's other genocides that I like never heard about, and then somebody mentioned it. I'm like, holy shit.
And you're
so it's crazy.
You're like mind blown.
I know. It's so sad. I can't even imagine. And here we are complaining about who's on the top and who's on the bottom.
Oh god damn! And who be a power bottom and who's all this shit.
The things we cancel people over.
Needing an adult diaper for getting pounded too hard. Like, that's just horrible. Like, graphic images much. You know?
My god.
Oh god.
I feel like I laughed just because it was so stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god. Anyways, so this story, Daniel, did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this.
So this video went viral.
Okay.
I don't know why or what reason it went so viral, but I think it was like posted on TikTok, or maybe it was on Instagram. It was one of those like reels, TikToks.
Yeah. And
basically it was this video where people, it was like in a flight, okay? They were like up in the air.
Yeah.
And the caption was like, you can put text on the video.
Yeah.
It was like worshiping Jesus, 30,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And then it was like some people that were just like standing while they were on the flight. There was a guy with like a guitar, and they were all singing like worship songs.
Oh my god.
And this went fucking viral. Apparently like 30 million people viewed this video. And then so of course it went viral because I'm sure Christians were like, yeah, Jesus,
he's flying the plane.
And then all the non-Christians are like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
I know. I love the title of this article. And I feel like this is something that Rose would say. The quote is, I would have opened the emergency exit. As a Christian pastor takes over flight midair to sing songs to passengers, and not everyone on board seems impressed. I feel like that would have been you, Rose. You would have opened the emergency exit with your seatbelt on, and then say goodbye to the...
The thing is, the reason why, I think it's like, listen, if you want to be Christian, you want to sing your Christian songs, like, good on you.
Yeah.
Do it at your church.
Yeah.
Do it at anywhere else, but like literally a flight where people cannot escape. Like, and then people were saying, and it's so true, if it was like Muslims singing like a Muslim song, that shit would like not fly, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, if I like to be fair, if I was on the flight, I'm just like imagining myself, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't do anything. I'd probably just film it and be like, oh my God, this is so fucking annoying.
And then post it and be like, this is so fucking annoying.
Exactly.
Somebody open the door.
Yeah. Is it the end of the world? No. I'll put in my earphones, like whatever. I don't actually care that much.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting, just like, the discussion around it.
I would have.
What do you think?
I would have been pissed off if I was trying to sleep. Like if you're on a red eye or something. Like I'm going to the UK and my flight happens to be a red eye.
I'm not part of your missionary group.
I want to sleep. If they wake me up while I'm trying to sleep, singing fucking songs, I'm gonna turn around and be, shut the fuck up.
I'm surprised. People on the flight seem so nice. I'm like, I'm surprised no one like.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Said anything. And I'm sorry. Are we allowed to just like get on, get our guitars and start fucking singing? Like,
I don't
what
know.
the actual fuck? Like, I'm trying to imagine somebody on a flight just like starting to sing.
Yeah.
It's like, do they not have people working on the flight? Like, no one's gonna stop them.
It's so weird. I don't get it,
Oh my God. And then the clip posted by Jack Jens Jr., I don't know who that is, was captioned, "We are taking this flight over for Jesus."
We are taking this flight over for Jesus. Jesus Christ in the Lord's name. Oh my God. No. It's not confirmed whether the flight was on a commercial airline where some passengers.
No.
Oh no,
Some people looked very unimpressed. You could see, because in the video you see people's reactions.
Yeah.
And not there's some people that are singing along, and then not everyone looks impressed. You know.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
And, that guy. There was one guy that's just fuck my life.
Oh my God. So funny.
Oh my God. I just think it's so funny. The blue shirt guy is 2 seconds away from jumping out of the plane.
Oh God.
Oh, and then, so Ilhan Omar, who is United States representative for Minnesota's 5th congressional district. So Ilhan Omar is she's a politician person.
Yeah.
And she's Muslim. Okay. She said that, quote, "I think my family and I should have a prayer session next time I am on a plane. How do you think it will end?"
But it's so
true though. It's the come on, it's so true. The double standards are so obvious.
Yeah.
It's come on. Okay.
Well, exactly. Imagine if someone started. Yeah, you're right. If someone that was Muslim or whatever, a different religion started praying on there and doing whatever.
Exactly. It's so uncomfortable.
People would be like, stop doing it.
Listen, again, I don't think I would care that much. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing people have done. It's not the worst thing Christians have done.
This is true.
It's just uncomfortable. It's just not decent. It's not good public behavior,
Exactly.
It's do not disturb my peace, okay?
Yeah.
I have the right to peace and quiet.
I have a right to enjoy my flight without people fucking singing.
Yeah, I would prefer a crying baby, maybe.
Oh, well, that's still up there though. If the crying baby's next to you,
here's the thing. At least a crying baby, the baby can't help it, okay?
Yeah, this is true.
So I can have some sympathy. I can have some empathy. It's annoying, but I may be able to deal with it. But this shit is adults behaving inappropriately.
Yeah. And I don't know what it is about flights, but people's behavior,
oh my God.
One time I have to say this one story because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, what happened?
I was on a flight and this older lady was sat behind me and I was just sitting there, and you know how I was on the outside and they have a armrest?
Yeah.
I looked over. She had put her foot
on
my armrest, barefoot.
Oh yeah.
She'd taken her sandal off, and she fucking put her foot on it. And she put her foot, literally on my armrest. And I turned around and I was like,
"What'd you say?"
I was like, "Excuse me,
good.
Can you please take your foot off there?"
Yeah, good.
And she's like, "Oh, sorry." I was like, "Where are you? We're not in your fucking living room, lady."
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot my foot shouldn't be there.
Literally, that's what she did though, and I was like,
"What the fuck?"
People pay good money for that, Rose. You shouldn't show. You shouldn't show it on the podcast.
So, guys, that's gonna be $100. We'll have it. We'll have it blurred.
Yeah, we'll have it.
Okay, if you want that footage, DM me. For those of you listening on the audio, I just showed my foot.
Yeah,
which costs a lot of money.
It does. People be into that. I'm almost I need to figure out people.
It's a thing.
I know, but people be taking pictures of their foot. People be farting in jars. I'm like, sign me up.
Honestly,
okay?
we need to capitalize on these kinks, man.
Yes.
I'm saying.
Guys, what kinks should we capitalize?
I made it. People, I swear it's a thing. I almost want to try, but I feel like my feet are just not pretty. I don't know if people are picky. Okay.
I think maybe they are.
If anyone knows about
the foot
fetish.
Yeah.
And what kind of feet, because the thing, it's they wouldn't know what your feet look like before they buy the product.
That's true.
Right? You can't test the product before you buy the product.
You definitely can't.
It's like an OnlyFans account,
Yeah.
You have to pay for it in order to see if the product is worth paying for.
Exactly. And then, maybe you get some online subscriptions and you send them feet videos every month and it pays your mortgage. You know what I mean?
It doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I am happy to do that, guys. I will exploit my feet for my mortgage payments.
People have done much worse.
Exactly. And I'm like, actually, I don't feel that bad. And, most people
Do you think your feet are worthy of being in the feet market?
Potentially.
Yeah? You got some pretty feet?
They're okay.
I have like toes that are like my second toe is longer than my
a lot of people have that.
Oh yeah, is that normal? I don't know.
Mine isn't. Mine's like
I knew. Oh, you got some. I mean, you're wearing socks, but they look like they're nicely shaped.
I've got a very nice look at that arch.
Well, honestly, I can't. I will never understand this, but you know what? As long as it's legal and you are consenting,
there's
fine.
a market for it, and we need to clearly exploit that or something. We're clearly doing something wrong when people are making $200K in like a month selling farts in a jar.
Oh my god, I still can't believe it.
Like,
is that a sustainable business model?
Farts
continuously.
If you feed me the amount of beans you fed me today, Rose, that is definitely a sustainable business model. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next story? Is there another story?
That'd be the last one, Rose.
That'd be the last one.
God damn.
Damn. Anyway, guys, let me know if you pay for my feet photos.
Let us know what kink you think we should get involved in. Nothing too crazy, obviously, but like, maybe someone wants a picture of hands or some feet or, a fart in a jar.
Is a hand thing a thing?
Not really. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think hands are like
hands are just too accessible.
Exactly.
You see people's hands all the time. I know.
This is not going to excite someone. Whereas if my hands were covered, and then once in a while stripped back the sock.
But feet are also like not always exposed, but
No, I mean it depends if you're wearing flip-flops or not, right? Like I bet you there's some people that have foot fetishes that love summertime.
Ew.
Everyone
I just can't get over this idea that someone might be like
turned on by your feet
and doing things with photos like that.
To each their own, whatever floats your boat. There's people out there, some people are, I watched, and I don't know if this is a thing, guys. I think it might be. Again, like there's so many kinks out there and some of them are really interesting.
Like the feeder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The feeder. Oh God. There's one, and it was like a CSI. I used to be like obsessed with CSI back in the day.
Oh, really?
And there was one episode where they went to like Vegas or something and there was like a convention.
Yeah.
And the convention was for people that like to dress up in animal suits, like big animals though. Like
and
I would
fuck.
be, and like, but like not even really fuck because like, you're in a suit, right? So you just like rub
dry hump.
Yes. Yeah. As like the animals.
That's like the whole thing.
Yeah. And they'd be like, maybe there is more sexual stuff involved, but like,
oh yeah, I'm sure they fuck after.
Yeah. It became like a huge, they get so riled up, they get so turned on in these costumes, And I kept thinking, I was like, God, it would be so hot in those costumes. Those like big mascot costumes?
Yeah.
Like those are not like
those freak me out, man.
Literally, as soon as someone takes off the head of the
they're like drenched.
They're like dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that does not look like a fun time.
Maybe that's what part of the kink,
Oh God, just getting all that sweat
Ew.
and those juices.
Ew.
And on that positive note, guys, if you are watching this on YouTube, guys, I hope you guys are subscribing. If not, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Show us some love in the comment section below. Tell us what cheap and easy fetish we should get involved with to make a bit of extra money on the side. And check out, whatever podcast platform you're listening to the podcast on, hit that follow button. It just means when a new episode comes out, you'll get updated right away. Check out our Instagram at the SaVeg Podcast. And also, as Rose mentioned earlier, don't forget to check out our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. You get episodes every single week. You get episodes a week earlier than they come out to the public. And all the content on there is ad-free as well. You get a bonus episode every single month of exclusive content.
Yay!
Yeah.
And let us know what we should talk about this month.
Oh, God damn.
It might be juicy.
It will be juicy.
It will be juicy.
Maybe a little bit kinky.
Oh, God damn.
God damn. Anyway.
Maybe I show my feet.
Oh. Too late. Already done it, Rose.
We're going to blur that shit out.
Oh, damn. All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.